morning, welcome. You are on RockinRobin's Garage Sale Finds, the YouTube channel that helps you make more money. And today we are talking about flea market tips. Oh boy, you know, if you have never gone flea marketing, there's a lot that you need to know. And I have been going for over 25 years. So flea marketing is something that I do a lot of. And I go at least once a month. Sometimes I go every week from September to May. But I live in Florida and I used to go when I lived in Connecticut from March through October. So I'm going to give you some flea market tips that you need to know if you are a beginner and you're just starting out. All right, tip number one, be ready to negotiate. Now, people are always looking to get a deal. So no matter what you charge, a lot of people, I'd say maybe 75%, are going to ask for the item lower. So always charge more than you really want. If you say, I really want $5 on this, ask $7. This way you can negotiate and get it $5. They feel like they got a deal and you got the price you really want. So that is tip number one. Tip number two, if you've done eBay before, don't expect to get eBay prices. A lot of people will go out and say, this sold for $50 on eBay. I'm only asking 10 or 20 here. You're not going to get eBay prices. Be happy, make a profit, but don't expect to get eBay prices. If it's a huge difference, sell it on eBay. If it's not a huge difference, you can sell it at the flea market. But don't expect eBay prices. Don't put eBay prices out there. Don't even discuss eBay with people who are buying, because you're not going to make money if you talk about eBay, because you're not going to get the prices and they're going to think you've already tried it on eBay, so I'm not going to buy it for eBay, because a lot of people who are buying from you are eBay. So avoid that. Number three, make sure you're selling what people are looking for. That may sound silly, but if you've never gone before and this is your first time and you put up a bunch of stuff, make sure you see what people are buying more of so that you can sell more of that. Maybe the first time you won't know what they're selling, although I do have several videos on what to sell at flea markets and one for 2025, so check that one out. But if you're putting out the wrong things, they're not going to buy it. And you know, all different areas can be different. So make sure you know your area, maybe go to that area, look at what other people are selling and see what people are picking up, and then you know what to sell. Number four, don't worry about the early birds. Early birds are usually dealers and they want lower prices. They're going to try to get everything for dirt cheap. Don't negotiate with them unless there's a price you really want and they offer that, because they're trying to get them really dirt cheap. Your buyers are later on in the day, maybe from 9, 10, 11, 12. It depends when people come to that flea market. So ignore the very early birds. Get the prices you want, because they're going to buy it from you and then try to resell it themselves. Don't have to sell it to them, and don't let them say, geez, that's too expensive, because it is for them, but it might not be for the person who really wants it, and that's who you want to have buy your items. Number five, expect that there's going to be slow weeks. Some weeks you're going to sell like crazy, and they're the good weeks, but there's also going to be weeks where it seems like nobody came out. Everybody's just walking by. Nobody has any money. The best time to go is usually the earlier in the month, because that's when they have money. And sometimes around mid-month, some people get paid on like the 15th. But early in the month is the best time. It doesn't mean people won't buy other times, but that is generally the best time. But you know, expect that there's going to be slow weeks. Don't get upset. Don't let that totally turn you off, because not every week is a good week. There will be those good weeks if you go all the time. Number 6 is to check for $100 bills and $50 fakes. Usually you can take a marker and put it on it, and you can see if it's, you can see through it, and if it's fake or if it's real. Take a look at $100 bills and $50 bills. If you're suspicious of them, say, I can't take that, I'm sorry. You know, you have to be safe. I've had lots of people take 50s and 100s and they were fake. I even had a 20 one time that was fake. So you never know. Number 7, make sure you bring plastic bags and sometimes wrapping. If you have breakable glass and items that people want, take some extra wrapping type material, plastics, bubble wrap, even newspaper, something you can wrap them in, and take plenty of plastic bags to put items in once you sell. Number 8, make change the day before, make sure you have a lot of ones and some fives. It's funny, but first thing in the morning, people want to give you $100 for a $5 item or even a dollar or two item. So bring plenty of change. I bring like 15 singles, 5 fives, 2 10s, and a couple of 20s. $100 I usually bring to start with, all in smaller change. Sometimes I forget, and that's always a bad thing. Try to remember to bring change. All right, number 9, don't put everything you have out. If you have a ton of pocket knives, which sometimes we do, just put some out. If they seem interested, you say, you know, is there something you're looking for? Then you can go and grab them. But you don't have to put everything you have out on the table. Spread them out, put similar things alike, but don't put everything out, because you don't need to do that. And you don't want them to see you have a ton of certain things. Some things you do want to see they have a lot, but some you do not. But don't feel like you have to put everything out. Keep some to the side. Keep some baby better items to the side. And then when you talk to people and see what they're looking for, then bring them out. All right, number 10. You don't have to price everything. Now what I do is I might have a couple things in front that I've priced and with good prices, but you know, I don't go around and pricing everything, because sometimes prices will change. Sometimes I may be asking $10 for something, and by the end of the day, no interest or everybody is too high, and I can change it to 5 if I want, or 6 or 7 or whatever it is. You don't have to price everything. Some things price, because it's always nice to have some prices, but you don't have to, and you don't have to price everything. Next, take a book, keep track of what you sell and how much. This is for future use, so that you know, oh, look at, I sold 50 of these lotions. I sold 5 of these teddy bears, and this is how much they sold for. So I see them in the future. I know what I could buy them at and what I could sell them at. Don't not write everything down. You want to know how much you made, how much you spent. A lot of it can be used for tax purposes as well. I keep track of every single penny I spent, every single penny I made, and then I make sure I put every single thing in taxes. But it's also good for your knowledge to go back and look and see what you sold and how much you sold it for. Now, number 12. If you sell clothes, you sell them better on a rack. If you have them on a table, such, you can sell them, but they think they're junk. They're better, and you get more money if you sell them on a rack. Either rent one at the place if they have it, or bring one or buy one, whatever you need to do. Clothes sell for more money on a rack. Crazy, but it's the way it is. All right, my 13th tip, keep like items together. If you have, like I said, a ton of pocket knives, keep all the pocket knives in one space. You don't want them roaming around trying to figure out everything. They want to see it all and choose what they want. If you're spreading things out too much and you have one thing here, one thing there, I try to keep women's on one side, men's on the other side, toys maybe in the same space. Whatever it is you have, try to keep the items together that are similar. Number 14, if you have expensive items, expensive jewelry, or small items, keep them close to where you sit. Don't have them out there so it's easy to just pocket it. You want to have it close to where you are. You got to guard those expensive items, and maybe you don't even want to put them out if they're really expensive. Like I said, if you talk to somebody and they say they're looking for silver jewelry and you have some, bring it out then. But be careful with your expensive stuff. Keep it close to you, small stuff as well. I keep my rings and all my jewelry, even though they're not expensive, close to me because they're just so easy to pocket. And people do take them and steal. I've had a lot of things stolen. All right, so my last tip is don't overprice or underprice. I know that's hard, but if the person next to you is selling shirts for $5 and you're selling them for $1, you're hurting them, and you're also hurting yourself, because you can be getting more. You can underprice them a little bit. They have them 5, you have them 4 or 3 or 2 for $5 or something. But don't go crazy and think, I'm going to sell them for nothing, and hurt everybody else who's been doing this for so long. And don't overprice them. If you see them next to you and they have $1 and you have $5, you might want to lower as well. Try to keep in the range that other dealers are, so that you're all doing well and you're helping each other. And hopefully other dealers will know and do the same for you. But don't go crazy thinking, I'm just going to sell everything for cheap, I don't give a damn about everything. You're really not helping yourself. You're losing money. And if you're overpricing, you're not selling anything. So those are very important. Well, I'm going to be giving you a lot of flea market tips and secrets in the next few months. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, give us a big thumbs up, and watch all our videos. This is RockinRobin. Go out there, find something good, put it up on eBay or take it to the flea market and make yourself some money.